guys, welcome back to another episode of the Basecamp at Ascend Inbound Marketing. We have Ann with us today, our agency director, and we're going to talk a little bit about maybe some tools we use in-house to measure KPI and different data points for our clients. And so I know one of the big ones that we use is Databox.
It's like pecan and pecan,
Yes,
there's
pecans
the age-old
down here.
argument.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll ask Brian Mosley later. Data or data, Brian?
Yep.
Respond in the comments below. Phonetics. Here we go. So, how do we use it? Why do we use it? And, we'll start there.
Okay. Yeah, so Databox is essentially reporting software, but it's a very awesome reporting software because it integrates with a lot of different tools, and the reports within Databox are beautiful and customizable and available across devices. So they really have checked all the boxes, right? They have a great API, they work with a lot of existing integrations and tools, and they're mobile friendly. So we love Databox because we can create custom reports for our clients and give them access to those reports in real time, and then also be able to come back to those reports on a monthly or quarterly basis whenever we meet with them periodically to review the stats and numbers in a single place, basically. So the clients love it. Our partners love it because they do have that real-time access, but also the visuals of it are very helpful to be able to see, their performance on Google Analytics over time, or how their Facebook ads campaigns are performing, like everything that they could possibly want reporting on. If it's digital marketing related, you can essentially pull it in to Databox.
Well, also from a sales perspective, because I know, again, you mentioned it and kind of touched on all of the integrations that are just seamless with Databox that are it's incredible.
Right.
Everything from QuickBooks to SQL servers.
Sure.
There's so many data points that you can pull metrics from. So from a sales standpoint, I think that it's also tremendous as well.
Absolutely. So Databox does integrate with many different CRMs. Of course, HubSpot is one of them. So as you're tracking your pipelines in HubSpot, you can provide reports on that in Databox as well to show the sales leaderboards, where they stand against their quotas, things like that. And a lot of people ask, well, okay, I'm paying for HubSpot. HubSpot has reporting. Why would we use Databox too? Why are we getting out of HubSpot? And that's a really good question because there is a lot of reporting available in HubSpot, and there are a lot of really great reports in HubSpot, and they are getting better at that every day, really. But it doesn't have everything in there, and everything in Databox is completely customizable. Basically, if there is a report that you need and you can think of it in your head, you can get it out of Databox. And so that's one reason why we use it. Another reason why we use it is because our partners are not necessarily only using HubSpot. In fact, that's almost never the case that is the only tool that they're using. They're using Google Analytics for more granular reporting on their website. They're using Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads and Google Tag Manager and a breadth of tools to manage their digital marketing efforts. And this is a platform that we can use to report on all of those in one place and even combine reports to show an overall performance.
I know we've set up different dashboards for different people within a specific organization, right? So the marketing manager might have a dashboard that they all have access to maybe one collective, bird's eye view. But the marketing manager, like you said, might have one that is, had seventh sense data and, on email sends and opens and stuff like that. And, everything from YouTube and Google Analytics, whereas sales might have something different. And then, a lot of times any sell to an organization, the buck stops with the CEO. And a lot of times they're not in the day-to-day nitty-gritty with marketing and sales. They just want to see the results. So then having a combined dashboard that just shows those, KPIs for them.
Yeah, that's 100% right. So especially when you're talking about a CEO or a business owner, they just want the big picture. They don't want to have to dig for it either. They don't want to have to, figure out where they're supposed to log into and then which report they're looking for. Building a report every time that they want to see it. They just want it there. And whether that is a URL that they can have bookmarked in their browser, or they get a snapshot that's automatically emailed to them every week. And that's a big thing that Databox has available too, is that you can get automatic emails with your reports sent to you every week, every month, however often you want to see them. And then in addition to that, there are also scorecards that you can use to track, where you stand against your key targets. So is your traffic standing up to where it needs to be this month? Is your conversion rate really falling behind? This will give you an idea of, where you might need to focus on, especially like on a weekly basis, so more frequently. Are you falling off against those metrics or those KPIs? And do we need to really hone in and focus on these, before the end of the month so that we can meet our goals for the month? I
think it does a good job, keeping, we use it right internally, just with our Ascend team, and I think it helps keep us motivated as a unit as well. We have them up on a board in our conference room on a big TV, and so being able just at any point in time to look up there and see where we are on those different targeted goals that we have, it really kind of helps us stay focused on what our primary goals are and not getting off too far in the weeds, which sometimes happens in any organization. So.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point too, Stephen. So, this is more of an organizational thing, but just, of course, you've got to have your goals and you've got to have your targets, because without those, then you can't set up a strategy to get there. And one of the things that we do here at Ascend is follow the EOS model, or from Traction. And so...
And just real quick, EOS stands for?
Entrepreneurial Operating System. Thank you. But with the EOS, of course, we set our 5-year, 10-year, 1-year targets, but... we also have quarterly rocks. So these are the things that we need to accomplish this quarter to make sure that we're on track for the whole year and the long term. And that is where Databox has really come in clutch for us, because we can track all of our rocks in Databox. And some of those are even dynamic, right? So they pull right out of HubSpot. We don't even have to think about them. But some of them are manual, and that's fine too, because I just have a Google spreadsheet that I look at every week and make sure it's up to date, and then it pops in the rest of the reports automatically. And when we have our month or our weekly meetings, then we review those and see where we stand. And it's been really helpful for us to stay on track of where we need to get. And even more so than that, just make sure that we don't veer off course as well, like focusing on things that maybe we should put aside for a little while.
And I think that's applicable in really any business, right? Like with us being, a marketing agency that is selling marketing and strategy and video and web design and stuff. But for any other company or organization that's B2B or B2C, just having those specific goals set up and just, everybody being able to see where you are, what it's going to take to achieve it, like how far you are along in that process, and that's huge. That's tremendous.
Right. So. Right. Yeah. And that it all goes back to the strategy and the goals, because we can set up reports all day long, but they don't mean anything if they're not getting your business where it needs to be. So Databox definitely buys into that mentality as well, and they have a lot of great resources, a lot of even their own courses that you can take to learn about reporting and setting up your reports in a way that will help grow your business and become more profitable. So I highly recommend that, even if you don't sign up for a Databox account, that you check out their resources, because they got some good stuff.
Well, I think that another thing that I'm just thinking about here on the sales side of it, right, is accountability, because everybody tends to do a little more and excel a little bit further whenever there's some competition involved. And so if there are expectations, on any type of, within any process, from a sales perspective, there's you throw those up on a board that everybody has access to through a URL or snapshot that's mailed out every week. You start lagging behind. It doesn't take long to really kind of realize, man, I got to step it up. So
yeah, that's so true. And I think it's important for everybody to have accountability for certain things that can be measured. And that's how our Rocks dashboard is. Like, you know, there are components of it that everybody has a stake in at least one of the rocks on our dashboard, and everybody on our team is responsible for at least one of them to make sure that we meet those goals by the end of the quarter. And so, yeah, to push those up at the beginning of the week, each one of us can look at that and, you know, determine, okay, well, how do I need to, you know, move forward to get us where we need to be.
Well, cool. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for just a little, you know, I guess knowledge on Databox and what it is and how we use it. And yeah, thanks for your time, and appreciate you watching the video. And yeah, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We got lots of contact available through our website, chat, forums, etc. See you guys next week.